Audio illustrated story, The Adventures of Ethan. Once upon a time, in a small village nestled near sky-high mountains, there is a boy named Ethan. He is an adventurous child and often fantasizes about traveling to places no one has ever been before. Not far from the village is a dense forest covering the mountain, which no one in the village dared to enter because it is believed that it is the home of strange creatures. Someone went in and no one came out alive. One day, Ethan heard whispers from the wind blowing from the edge of the forest on the sky-high mountains behind the village. The voice said, "Ethan, if you are brave enough, find the dragon head staff. This will allow people in the village to live safely and happy." Out of curiosity, Ethan decided to leave the village. By the next day, Ethan had prepared rice, bread, water, and his trusty pocket knife. Then he headed into the dense forest where no one dared to enter. Along the way, Ethan faces many obstacles. He must wade through winding rivers and rapids along mountainsides, sometimes with tall waterfalls, plunging into the river, and fight off vicious wolves with his trusty pocket knife and a log. He must also climb steep, slippery cliffs, until Ethan felt discouraged. I wanted to come back out of the forest, but I heard a whisper from the wind that echoed in my ears. "Ethan, don't give up. You are approaching the dragon head staff." Eventually, Ethan found a cave hidden deep in the mountains. The cave is filled with crystals of various colors, shimmering, and in the middle of the cave Ethan met a dragon head scepter made of pure gold was placed on a stone pedestal. When Ethan picked up his dragon-headed staff, a scream sounded from the dark corner of the cave. Suddenly, the cave floor shook, and there's a mountain dragon. The treasure guard in the cave appeared. It spit out hot and furious fire. But instead, Ethan retreated. Instead, Ethan used his dragon head staff to point at the mountain dragon. A beam of light emerged from the dragon head scepter, charged straight towards the mountain dragon, until it screamed loudly in the cave. The mountain dragon had weakened. Then he flew away from the cave. When the mountain dragon flew away, Ethan heard a voice echo from deep in the cave saying, "You are a hero worthy of the dragon-headed staff. Bring it back to protect everyone in the village from the danger that is coming to your village." He then walked out of the dense forest back to the village with pride and carried the dragon-headed scepter with him. When he came to the village, everyone is excited to see Ethan return safely. He then tells of his adventures and stories inside a cave full of crystals, mountain dragons, and dragon-headed scepters. And later, an unexpected event occurred. Dark clouds floated over the village, gusts of wind and thunder roared until the ground shakes, and there were violent lightning strikes from time to time, and Ethan heard the whisper of the passing wind. The danger that the people in the village feared has arrived. A herd of mountain dragons flew from a high mountain peak shrouded in mist. Heading towards the village, they roar and breathe fire, wanting to destroy everything in their path. Ethan knew immediately that this was the time he had to use his dragon head scepter to protect everyone. So he ran to the old tower in the middle of the village. There is a stone altar that the villagers used to worship the god of light in the past. He then placed the dragon-headed staff on the altar. Suddenly, a bright light shot up into the sky. That light not only dispelled the dark clouds, but also created a transparent protective shield to cover the entire village. When the monster army arrived, they could break through that shield, and the bright light weakened them little by little, until they finally had to retreat to the mountain. People in the village said that our village is safe. It was because of the dragon head one. The villagers thanked Ethan for his bravery, So they took the dragon head scepter and put it in the tower and worked together to protect the dragon head scepter and keep it safe. To be the property of the village and is something to be revered forever. He then is praised as a hero of the village, and he promised to protect his village and the people he loved. With the dragon head staff, if further danger arises. And since then small village Ethan's life lived in peace. There is no harm done if this happens. People in the village are ready. We'll fight with the power of the dragon head staff.